How's it going? David with Comic Book Investments, and I'm here with my girlfriend, soon-to-be wife, Sarah.
Aww.
And we've been watching She-Hulk together, and she wanted to give her opinions on the show.
Oh.
Because a lot of people were saying, like, oh, yeah, she's making me watch it. I actually want to watch it.
I wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, also, a lot of people said, oh, they're asking, when I originally said, is it bad as people thought? And they're like, people think it's bad? Well, here's what the audience thinks. It's at 50%, which is bad. I mean, the popcorn's over. That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So we watched episode 2 and 3 back to back.
2 and 3 back. Yeah. 1 a while ago and then 2 and 3 just last night.
And we, I don't know, after the first episode, did you have really, like, we didn't really have a need to watch the second episode.
I liked the first one.
Well, we
were
were watching other things instead of it.
Right, but I told you, if I think about it later, like throughout my week or whatever, then that means that I like it. And, like, I'm excited to see, like, what happens. And I liked the first episode.
But not enough to must see when we're ready to watch something. That's the first thing that pops in your head.
No.
Yeah. So it's
No. I'm saying, no, I did want to watch it.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to see what was going to happen.
Oh, okay.
Like, I was excited for episode 2.
Okay. So what did you think, because I already said my thoughts, what did you think of episode 1?
Episode 1, okay.
That was the origin story.
Right. Which, that was my thing. I felt like this was a brand new character, pretty much. Brand new character and her own little show. So this is Marvel's opportunity to, like, make a really good, like, origin story and, like, show how she came about and how she turned into a Hulk and all the things is, like, how to create a really good origin story. Make the audience fall in love with her, make her feel sympathy for her, and then see how she's going to go about her new life. However, I feel like they just, like, completely, like, rushed the origin story of the origin story. Like, they could have trailed that whole thing at least into a whole episode.
Yeah, and that I looked up
like
on
literally 2 minutes in was like, oh, here's blood. Oh, now I'm green. All right, there you go, off into life. It's like,
you know what's interesting is I thought it was going to be like 5 or 6 episodes, like most of them. It's actually going to be 9, but I didn't realize all the other shows are like 50 minutes long. These are only 20,
yeah, that's
25.
another thing that I don't like because it's just like this long as you, like, it's like what, like 20, 25, maybe at the most minutes long.
Yeah, if you take out the credits, which are forever long.
Right. And then so, like, by the time you get into, oh, okay, this is what's going on with the episode or this is what they're introducing to us, by the time you get emotionally involved, it's like, all right, episode done. Yeah. It's like it doesn't give you enough to, like, progress with the story and, like, push through on what they're trying to say.
So what did you think of the new 2 episodes, 2 and 3? This is one where we have Abomination, and she has, like, an office now, and yeah, she's part of the superhero lawyer squad.
Right. So I think that, well, what I did like was at the end of the first episode, they introduced the villain, in my opinion. Like, and it was the woman from Good Place, which I instantly recognized. I can't remember her name, but I instantly recognized her as like, oh, that's fun. Like, I recognize that actress, and they're instantly introducing this cool new villain. I was like, cool, I'm into it. And that's why I did like the first episode. I didn't like how they did it dirty with the origin, but at least they introduced the villain right away, and It was like, cool, now here we're going. So then the second episode, it was like, oh, nope. As if that never even happened. It was all about just her, like, being introduced to the world. Nothing about the villain. Like, they never even, like, talked about it again.
What do you think of the overall series so far?
I think that this overall, it's like, it could be cool and it'll be fun to see what happens. Or I just, I'm not as critical as you are, so I'm just trying to, like, enjoy it for what it is. But, like, I think they could have done a better job with getting the plot out and making it, like, I literally don't know.
Yeah,
it's like the plot is literally her at work which I like. I guess I like the idea of her at work, but it's like it seems like it's just about that. It's not really. They're not developing the other storyline.
Like a full
yeah
series.
By
plot.
the end of the third episode, you should have. And there's only 9, so that means it's a third of the way done. Like.
What's the point
We
of all
should
this?
have an idea of what the hell's going to go on. It's like getting through a third of the movie and you have no idea.
Yeah, what is
like,
the point of this movie?
Who's the villain? What's the point? Like, who are they? Like, why do they care? Like,
one thing I don't like is, so through episode 2 and 3, they keep on talking about how she, I just want to be normal. I want to go back to my normal life. I don't like being She-Hulk. I don't like all this attention and all that kind of stuff. But the problem is I don't feel for her at all because they didn't show me what her life was before She-Hulk. It was instant. Like, literally, she's in the car with Bruce and then gets blood on her. And it's like, if they have 9 episodes, if they would have taken an episode to show who she is, what's going on in her life, she has all these friends, she has her work, she's starting to move up in her career.
What is she sacrificing?
Yeah, exactly. What is she giving up?
Why is she sad about being a Hulk?
Because she got fired. Remember?
Right.
The guy came and fired her because it's too much of a show. I don't feel anything because I'm like, she always was the She-Hulk. Like, if you have 9 episodes, take a whole episode, show me her life before, what's going on. She's going to work for the DA, maybe she's going to be a district attorney, and then all of a sudden when she gets fired because she's the Hulk, which she didn't want, then all of a sudden you feel bad for her, like, oh, she gave up all this. But I'm like, she gets fired, I'm like, what did you give up? I have no idea. Her life was the same.
Yeah. If anything, it's only better.
Yeah.
And that's also getting into the whole point. If we're ready to go there, it's like, okay, she's obviously like not as attractive when she's normal, and like her hair, they call her fuzzball or whatever, frizzball. Yeah. So that's the connotation there, that she's kind of like the wet blanket of the family.
Yeah.
And so it's saying that maybe she only feels confident and pretty and, you know, she can be a badass lawyer only when she's in the She-Hulk vision. And it's like she can't be that way by herself because people don't respect her because she's kind of mousy.
Yeah.
As opposed to, like, I know they're trying to make this like really like female empowerment and like, like be your own gal kind of thing. But this is literally saying that something that you have no control over happened to you not by your choice instantly makes you more attractive and more unique and more beautiful and sexy, then that is the only way that you're going to feel that self-confidence boost. That's the only way that you're going to feel like you got your dream job, that you have your own, you know, department. And it's kind of like, what is that message? Your message is saying like, don't be mousy. You need to go and be like this. To get that attention and to feel good about yourself. I mean, maybe they're going to change, but 3 episodes in, I'm getting that opinion.
What do you think of this? Like, I like the lawyer scene stuff.
Yeah.
I liked
me too.
Abomination and how they turned it around and were like,
made him good
it's
or
kind
whatever.
of it's kind of like the new Karate Kid series where Johnny's always the bad guy, but then you see it from his point of view. So you see it from Abomination's point of view.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, I was a decorated soldier. They gave me this. I was on a mission.
And
my
she
mission
was
to
like, oh, they gave you that?
Yeah, my mission was to destroy the Hulk. Now I'm in jail because of it.
Right.
I'm like, oh, that's interesting. He's
Yeah.
playing a little goofy. But then there's the other lawyer scene where it's the...
Oh, yeah, the guy that I really don't like. That was, I didn't like him. Like, he was completely useless in the story. If anything, he's supposed to be like the, male, like males are, you know...
dumb or whatever.
Dumb and whatever. So it's just, I didn't like him at all. He was a complete waste of time. He was a complete waste of a character. Like, they're just trying to make men look well. Oh, remember he's like, I don't feel, the other guy was like, I don't feel that way, when the elf was like, oh, I like to harass women. And he's like, no, I don't.
Oh, when he was walking.
When she was walking
at the
whatever.
office.
It's just like, they're trying to go extra hard to like make men look bad and women look better, which I just don't like how they shove it down your throat. I don't like how it's so obvious. I've tried to think
in other MCU shows, or just shows in general, do they ever, if it's a male-centric show, do they ever like play it, make it the women look like terrible?
Never. No.
Yeah, it's never so...
Well, one, they'd be freaking murdered.
Yeah,
so.
but it's never so heavy-handed. Like
Yeah,
they're really.
and we
trying to
had a
push it.
good point last night. We were saying like I feel like the show is like written like for and by 25-year-olds.
Women that we're
Like
by
what
women.
is like, oh, this is how men are gonna be, and don't get me started on the friggin' stallion girl who I didn't even know.
Oh, so she thought Megan the
Yeah.
Stallion
I
was.
was like what would I say? I was like,
You thought it was
Megan
a-
Stallion. I don't know who she's supposed to be. I'm thinking like a
Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj or
She
a
thought
Cardi
it was a
B.
made-up character
Yeah.
for the show. She had no idea who she was. Like me being in music, I know she is. She does the
Well, I don't-
WAP
I don't
song.
like that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
know what that
with
is.
Cardi B. So to me, it looks like there's Nicki Minaj. Cardi B is a copy of Nicki Minaj, and then Megan Thee Stallion is a copy of Cardi B.
Which don't get me
So
started
they're all
because
copies.
like Nicki Minaj got from like Missy Elliott and all them. So.
Yeah, but that's a big leap, and also they're very different. But they all do that tongue thing. I
Ew,
don't
no
know.
one wants to see that.
And then so yeah, it was very weird. I thought the twerking at the end was this.
So stupid.
It was this.
It was just so cheesy and like
That's the
just
thing.
so like in your face. It didn't have the class of the MCU that I know and like. And I
Exactly.
said that
That's what she said. It
that's
feels
what
like
I said. Like
it doesn't
I was
feel
just
like the MCU.
It doesn't feel like the MCU. It feels like
is-
yeah, there's the cameos and all that, and I like how they break like the fourth wall, but I think that it's not as developed and well written
What
as
I-
other MCU shows.
What I don't understand is who is this for? Who's this show for? So it's not for.
Obviously, it's
It's,
for.
but who's the
like-
people that are listening to Megan the Stallion? It's probably younger.
Exactly.
She's popular now, so it's probably
Exactly.
like 16,
They're
17 year
probably
olds.
trying to target younger women, specifically younger generations, that to bring more into the Marvel universe. They're trying to establish to a younger fan base to
Yeah, that
bring
was me.
more.
That was me. That guy's look. So. But
Which I mean, I guess it's fun, but it's just
it's
like
dumb.
it's
It's
not
really
necessary.
It's really to
And
me.
I-
It's really cheesy.
Yeah, I think it's cheesy. And what it's lacking is what I love most about Marvel Universe, which is how everything is like, it feels at least that everything is so well orchestrated that it's like past, present, and future has already been laid out. And this is fitting exactly. Like every scene has a purpose. And there's even all the Easter eggs, which I love, to give you clues or throwbacks to previous stuff. So I just feel like it's lacking the overall like plot and premise of the whole MCU.
Yeah.
Like it'd be one thing, and that's what I'm saying. Like I liked the first episode, how it ended at least, to show like, ooh, here's the buildup of this new villain. So
And then it
how
throws
does
it
this
all away.
villain what does this villain have anything to do with the MCU? That's what we
they
need
have-
from a Marvel movie.
They have a bit of the stuff where she fights this wrecking crew.
Oh yeah,
thing.
this is at the end.
But
so
this was dumb. This is not the wrecking crew, and they're just so bad and lame.
this guy
Like,
was so lame, but I've chuckled to myself like how so his hard hat is his weapon. Like what's he
Yeah,
gonna do?
and he runs into her. And so the thing is, these action scenes aren't that great, and the
Like when she was getting out of the car, I was like, oh, here it goes. Here comes
Yeah.
the villain. Finally, and then all of a sudden, ooh.
yep, it's just so the
So
thing.
obviously they are trying to show
this is-
you something coming up because he's like,
Yeah.
oh, did you pierce the skin?
Yeah.
Like, did you get the blood?
But the one
And
thing
he was
I-
like, no, it was too strong.
The one thing I don't like is they throw in these 4 men and they're henchmen, right? So they
Yeah.
obviously have
the hard
some
hat
skill.
guy.
They're not just random people off the street.
That guy with the helmet, he was
Yeah.
like,
And they make them look like doofuses. I'm like, you're sending 4
that's
henchmen.
every single, well, at least comic is like
but
that.
they're sending 4 henchmen to get probably her blood, I'm assuming.
That
and,
is what they said.
Yeah, and they're just
Not doing it well.
They're dumb. Like these are mercenaries, henchmen. They're just so bumbling, and I'm like, you wouldn't be sending these after a super
Yeah.
hero Hulk.
Yeah. To
Like,
get her blood, to stab her, or
These
whatever.
idiots. Like
Yeah.
it's just so like, and the
So-
fight scene wasn't even cool. Like,
Obviously, they're gonna build a. Yeah, we haven't seen a real fight scene. It's been 3 episodes. I don't feel like we've seen ever since she kind of fought with the Hulk in the beginning, right?
yeah, that's
And then
about it.
remember, like, it's just you haven't seen any good fight scenes. We haven't seen any plot line develop as far as the whole entire premise. And we haven't even been introduced to a main villain, which I hope there is one. I'm assuming from this past scene there is, because they kind of alluded to like, oh, boss is going to be mad or whatever. So hopefully by episode 4 we get the
main
villain.
One
So,
thing, this part I hated more than anything.
cute shoes.
No, so this is where
Oh, that's
Abomination
what you hated the most?
is saying, "Don't turn into Abomination." And he's like,
Oh.
"Look, I'm going to prove to these people, these councilmen,
Look at this guy, he's
judges,
got something going on.
these judges, that I can control my power." And they look how much they flip out, like they freak out, like she's screaming, like clearly they know he can change it into Abomination, so they're not going to build a cage that's not strong enough.
I didn't like them.
And they're just freaking out, screaming nonstop. Clearly. But I'm like,
I actually liked it. I didn't
the
mind
reason
that.
why I hated
I
it.
liked it because it showed that he does have control.
No, I like that aspect. I don't like these council people because I'm like,
It's
you
like
do.
a jury.
No, they do know that they're talking to the Abomination, and they know what he looks like. And
Right.
The jury.
Yeah. Oh, you just didn't like how surprised they were.
And how they keep on screaming, and I'm like, you know, he's the Abomination. You've shown video footage in this trial of him as this character.
Right.
So why are you freaking out?
I don't know. That didn't really bother me that much.
It was just so annoying. I could not stand it. I was like, why are you freaking out? There's nonstop screaming. I'm like, you know what he looks like. You
Like,
literally
I
showed
felt
footage.
that the women were like kind of annoying because his soulmates.
Yeah.
Because
His soulmate
it was
eights.
like, I don't know. I mean, me being in like true crime, like I knew, I was like, there's women that were
They
in
are.
love with like Marilyn Manson. Not Marilyn Manson. Who is it?
There are people in love with Marilyn Manson. You're thinking Charles Manson.
Charles Manson. Yeah. So, and they would go to all the
True
trial
crime.
and stuff.
He watches true crime.
True fan. So anyway, so they would like show up. So I felt like that was a little too like, it was annoying because it was like kind of culty.
Yeah. So, if you had to give the 3 episodes
Yeah.
a rating, what would you rate this show?
Like I honestly can't even remember the difference between like episode 2 and 3. Wait,
'Cause they're not
rate
good.
each episode?
No, just the overall series.
Oh. I mean, I'm hopeful.
Hopeful was that a 4 out of 10?
Yeah, probably.
4 out of 10.
Like I'm intrigued
So
to
it's not
see like
it's bad, but you're hoping it turns good.
Yes,
so
exactly.
right now it's bad, hoping it turns good. So it's at like a 4, hoping that it'll turn into like a 5 or a 6.
I mean, I don't really care what the number turns out to be. I'm just more curious. Like, okay, I'm definitely going to keep watching it because
You wanna see where this
I want
train
to
wreck-
see where it goes. Yeah.
You're
Does
hoping-
it get any better? I hope. I hope for Marvel it gets better. But like, I mean, I haven't seen anything that makes me feel confident that they're going to instantly become good writers.
It's the writing.
Yeah.
The CGI only looks rough.
CGI doesn't bother me.
Only looks rough in like the light when she's in like lit rooms, like in her boardroom or something like that.
It's
a
like
little
once
rough.
you get over it, like just
Yeah.
don't be so like
It's just kind of like,
obviously
that's not very
animated,
good.
who
But yeah,
cares?
I
you
pretty
get
much,
what you get.
I'm pretty much over it. But it's the writing. It's the jokes. Do you find it funny?
No.
Yeah, I don't
No.
find it. You're a girl, so you should. I was thinking like maybe it's written for women because I don't understand these jokes and they don't make me
Like
laugh.
I couldn't even remember a single one.
Yeah, there's nothing that makes me laugh at all. Like I think there's one that was kind of like, that's kind of
Yeah, the
Kinda-
most it will get out of me is like,
yeah,
something
But
like that.
It's not that funny, and they're really trying to play up this is a comedy. Honestly, the best part I thought if they made it serious and they actually tackled real trial stuff, like make it like a Law and Order, like make this Blonsky thing like she actually has to do some real digging,
See,
real
that's
law
what
stuff.
I wouldn't like it if it gets too heavy on law. Each episode is different. I
No,
wouldn't like
not
that.
each episode. Just like have some trials that she has to really actually do lawyer stuff. I don't
boring.
know. I found okay. The most interesting part about this show so far was the Blonsky trial.
I did like that.
So that's what I'm saying. If the most interesting thing is that trial and how she's helping
But here's
him,
my thing. I like that, but there needs to be another part of it. It's like her as work is fine. I feel like the entire show is about her at work.
yeah,
It needs to have that second element that Marvel has always been able to do well.
Yeah.
We need to know how, we need to like have her go to work and have her challenges, and then she needs to have her personal challenges, which is the villain that's trying to freaking kill her. Just
Yeah.
like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's the perfect vision of that. Like, he
Goes to school.
like, he has his home life, which is his personal life, where villains are trying to attack him and all that. But then he also has the other side of him.
So basically, a third way through, if there is 9 episodes,
Like, I feel like
nothing's
her
happened.
as a person and her as She-Hulk,
Do you-
isn't really going, like, she's
you
not struggling with anything.
like the character She-Hulk? Do you not the character? Do you like this?
I like the idea of the character of She-Hulk.
Do you like this actress? Like, if I said this actress playing She-Hulk, do you like her portrayal of She-Hulk? Like, does it make you feel for She-Hulk or this character? I don't know her name, the actress's name.
I like her, but I feel like they're not doing her justice.
She-Hulk, she's not doing She-Hulk justice.
She-Hulk and, whatever her name is, the same,
Okay,
is the
forgive
same one. Jessica Walter.
No, the actress.
Oh, the actress. Is that her name, Jessica Walter?
No, that's
Jen.
Jen. Yeah, Jen.
Jen Walter.
No, that's the character's name.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the actress. Do you
Oh,
like?
yeah, no, I don't care.
Yeah.
Well,
For example, Chris Pratt makes me like Star-Lord.
correct.
Does this actress, whatever her name is, I think it's
No.
Tabitha, make you like She-Hulk?
No, not necessarily.
No.
No. Yeah, good example on Chris Pratt. I think that, no. Like, if it was any other girl, I mean, I like the potential of She-Hulk, but I think that she's kind of like a little too goofy.
Yeah, yours not. And so basically, it's like you said, a 4. I would say.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Hulk. I think the male Hulk. They neuter him. He seems like such a.
Neuter him, ew.
He seems like
Don't say
such a weak version.
He's all namaste right now.
Yeah, he's just such a weak. So I don't like that, but I do like seeing Hulk, and I do like seeing superhero stuff. I agree. I think it's not very good, and I'm just curious: is it going to get worse or better?
Yeah.
Honestly, that is the most thing I'm curious about. I'm curious about Abomination. I feel like there should be a twist, and he's going to be bad. If he just fades away, and that's the end of Abomination, I think that's a waste.
Ooh, but they did say, I remember a part that I did like was when she broke the fourth and said, like, oh, we're going to have a remember the part about the cameo. I don't want you to think that every episode is going to have a cameo, but do. And more, and then we read, like, a little bit about who another cameo would be.
Who?
The Daredevil guy.
Oh, yeah, that was in the trailer, though.
Oh. So that is going to be a thing. So is she going to have cameos?
I think it would be great if Matt Murdock, who's Daredevil, shows up.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah,
so that's going to come.
They do like a lawyer scene together.
They probably will.
Like 2 episodes if they're only 20 minutes long.
Maybe he's going to be the combating.
Yeah, defendant and prosecuting. Yeah.
So that could be cool.
That would be
so
like if that was
means
2
he has
episodes.
to represent a villain, maybe.
Yeah. See, I think that would be cool if they went that route and kind of played up the more. I mean, it's called She-Hulk Attorney at Law. If they played up that law stuff, I think would be very interesting. But who I don't know, because at this point the action kind of sucks. Her story.
We haven't seen her potential.
Her story kind of sucks.
Is
like
weak, yeah.
Yeah, like you want to feel for this character that literally instantly was She-Hulk from the beginning, and you're like, I don't think she lost anything because I didn't see it. They just tell me she wanted it and she lost her DA position.
Yeah. Like, and the thing about Hulk feels that, like, Bruce Banner feels like his life was kind of ruined because of Hulk. He can't have a family because of Hulk. He can't fulfill his life dreams as a Hulk. So he had to change them all.
Yeah.
Like, Hulk, you feel bad for Hulk.
Okay, so there's a scene. Remember the scene where she says she can deal with anger way more than Hulk?
Yeah, I also don't like that about her. I don't like that she can switch in and out.
Oh, you don't like that?
No, I don't.
Because
Hulk is all about that. He had a whole movie about how he's trying to control it. He had to go to different planets to try to learn how to control
But do you
his
like
anger.
how they belittled Hulk?
Like, I thought all about being Hulk was like, you're so angry you turn green.
I don't think
She's
that's
not
how
fucking
She-Hulk.
angry
I don't
at
think,
all.
That's not how. That's not how She-Hulk is in the comics. She's not like that.
She's silly in the comics, right?
Yeah, she's silly, but
She
she's
breaks
all.
the fourth wall
Yeah,
and
she
stuff.
does.
So as far as being a Hulk, you're not supposed to be angry if you're a Hulk? I thought that was a thing.
So there's many different iterations of Hulk, but that's not who She-Hulk is. She was like that in the very first, called the Savage She-Hulk, in the one that.
They probably thought like, oh, we
But
can't
later-
have a woman that's super angry and mad, or else that won't sell.
But they're not going that. They're going the sensational She-Hulk, which is in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Well, more 90s.
The super
90s.
campy kind
Yeah,
of.
that's the one they're using. So they're not doing the one where she gets angry in terms of the
Yeah,
Hulk.
I guess.
So, do you like this portrayal of the Hulk, though?
Her?
No, Man Hulk.
Yeah, he's kind of weak sauce.
See? I said
But I wouldn't say
neutered.
he's neutered. Ew,
He's,
that's
whatever.
gross.
Well, if I have to give it a rating, I don't know. I like this kind of stuff, like Marvel stuff, so that like clouds my judgment. But if I took the characters out and they were never Hulk or Abomination, they're just random humans, no superhero stuff whatsoever, I would not like the show at all. I would give it a 2. Just because there's Hulk and superhero stuff and Easter eggs and Wong shows up and Abomination shows up, that's the only reason I like it, because I like that stuff.
Yeah.
But that's it. We'll probably, this is a half hour, so we'll watch the whole thing, and after 9 episodes, we'll do a review. All right, thanks.
Bye.